Hello again, Cons here, and today I wanted to talk about the Resident Evil crossover quest with the new zombification debuff that they've introduced specifically for this quest. Now you call it a debuff, but it's actually quite powerful. To take advantage of it, we're going to be running one of two skills, either 3 points of Marathon Runner or 1 point of Cliffhanger. Both of these skills sort of reduce stamina drain. One of them for when you're using stamina continuously, so for things like sprinting or when you're clawed onto a monster and just standing there. Cliffhanger is specifically like Constitution 5, but only for evasions when you're climbing up vines or when you're clawed onto a monster and you're jumping backwards and forwards. Now the thing about these two skills is they enable you to stay latched onto a monster for far longer when you've used the Crutch Claw. As you can see, my stamina is draining really slowly, and additionally, because I have Cliffhanger, if I jump backwards and forwards on the monster, I can sort of stay attached on for a long period of time without using my stamina very quickly. Now to see why this is useful, we're going to have to talk a little bit about the zombification debuff, and again, it's not really a debuff, it's quite powerful. When it activates, what it does is it gives you permanent rocksteady, which is pretty powerful, and when your weapon is sheathed, it gives you passive healing of your health at quite a quick rate, which is buffed when you're in an area with a lot of effluvium. However, in exchange for that, you're unable to use most items, including healing items, and you are unable to use the evasion. So you can't roll, or you can't dodge out of end lag of your attacks. That's quite a high price to pay. However, because you heal passively when your weapon is unsheathed, what you can do is just claw onto the monster in order to heal your health. And then you don't really need to evade if you've got Rocksteady permanently active. The nice thing about exploiting the zombification debuff is you don't have to deal with the whole green-red herb mechanic that the quest tries to force on you, which is really tedious because you have to go gathering and stuff. Instead, don't worry about that. Accept the zombification virus, embrace it, get zombified, and then abuse your permanent Rocksteady. And whenever you need to heal, just claw onto the monster. The thing about clawing onto the monster when you have this debuff is it can't knock you off because you have Rocksteady. You'll be healing until you use your claw attack. You can jump backwards and forwards on the monster to avoid most of the damage, because you can still get damaged. Even though it can't knock you off, it can still damage you. And then you just use your claw attack whenever you want to. And that's sort of an easy way to traverse the terrain and to heal. Aside from that, you just run a standard set. If you don't want to use Marathon Runner, you can just use Cliffhanger and jump backwards and forwards. Alternatively, you can just use Marathon Runner and not worry about it. You can just sit there and just abuse having permanent Rocksteady mantle active. I tested it with Glaive. It's really nice for Glaive because you can use the Kinsect to cancel out of end lag rather than the rolls. I also decided to test it with switchaxe, and now I'll just show you. Here's my guild card for this save file. As you can see, I've done 2 switchaxe quests. In preparation for this quest, I watched a single video on how to play switchaxe. I went into the training area for like 5 minutes to practice the moves, and then I tried one Valhazak to practice, and then I recorded the footage that you're seeing on screen now, or that you have been seeing on screen throughout this video. I've never played switchaxe before, not on this save file or any of my other save files, but it's really easy to use because this playstyle is completely brain dead. You don't have to worry about the gimmick of the quest, and you don't have to worry about basically using any brain cells whatsoever. You can just spam the really powerful discharge attacks because of permanent Rocksteady mantle. But again, this doesn't have to specifically be switchaxe, it can be whatever weapon you like. Just the ability to abuse permanent Rocksteady mantle is kind of crazy. And I think that's all I really had to say. Use one of the 2 stamina skills depending on whether or not you want to be forced to jump around a lot, or even both if you'd like to. Abuse the claw attack to traverse terrain and to also heal your health, and then just abuse having permanent Rocksteady status in order to beat the Valhazak fairly quickly and fairly easy without having to deal with this whole red-green herb thing. Yeah, hope this helps, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Good luck with the event quest. Take it easy. Bye bye.